Hey everyone. I'm often asked what my number one piece of advice would be to someone who's in the family court system. And whether you are just starting off on this journey or maybe you're 3 years into it, my number one piece of advice that pertains to everyone is get involved in your local court system. Go sit in the courtroom whenever you can, even if it's only for 2 hours, one morning every month, or whatever it is for you. Get involved, and you're going to learn more about your judge or other judges in the courthouse. You're going to pick up on strategies or angles that attorneys take. You're going to hear about case law that could potentially help your case. You're going to see cases that may or may not be similar to yours. If you do see a case that has a lot of similarities, follow that person out of the courtroom on a break and just, give them a business card and say, hey, we actually have a lot in common. I'd love to take you to coffee because I believe there's power in numbers. There's a judge in Santa Barbara, California, who lost her son to a drug overdose. And so she takes addiction issues very seriously. If I were in her courtroom, I would really go above and beyond to showcase my ex-husband's alcohol abuse. But if I were in the courtroom right next door, where the judge may not give that a lot of weight, I may, really showcase or present other behaviors by my ex-husband that are concerning. So much of this comes down to who your judge is, who your attorney is, who, minors counsel is, or custody evaluators. So many of my coaching clients want to know, should I bring on minors counsel, or should I ask for a custody evaluation? And that's a really difficult blanket answer to give, because it really comes down to who are we talking about. And so by sitting in your court system or your courtroom, you're going to get to know all of the players in your local system. And it's, I wish I would have caught on to the importance of that at the first year or two of my custody battle, because I would have saved myself a lot of time. And being new to the system and representing myself and not having an attorney, it would have been even more important for me to get my butt in that courtroom and really take notes. Keep a list of all of the minors counsel that you witness, likes, dislikes, whether they appear to be fair or biased. If you are in the court cafeteria or even sitting in the hallway waiting for the court to open, talk to attorneys. They're humans, even though they do get they have a bad stigma or reputation. Some of them are very willing and happy to talk to you and provide general information. So it can be a really educational experience, and I try to do it as much as I can. One of the things that I do here in my county of San Luis Obispo, California, is I go sit in the courtrooms with parents or moms and sometimes dads as a support. And I've never charged anyone to do that. If they're one of my clients and I have a court date that fits with my schedule, I'm happy to go be there with them, because I know what it feels like to sit in that courtroom all by myself and being completely overwhelmed. So that's one of the ways I give back. When you start to build your local team of people in your area that you meet at the courtroom, those are things that are amazing that you can do with each other, because it's, even to this day, I'm 10 years into this, and I have a court date coming up in May and another one in June. And I can tell you, I'm human, and it is the worst possible feeling when it's me and it's my kids. It's triggering, and you know, I used to say, gosh, I feel like a fraud because all these people look up to me as this amazing warrior mom who is kind of leading the charge in the family court system to raise awareness. But the reality is, PTSD is real, and for me to go sit in court on my own case, I'm human, I struggle, and to have support there is life-changing. So whether you become that support for someone else or it's a trade-off, I highly encourage you to really gather a group in your area and lean into that support and give that support. Make sure it's an even give and take. But everything you can do to become familiar with your courts, and you know, that is truly my number one piece of advice for anyone in a family court nightmare. So I'm cheering you on wherever you are in the world. And sorry, I realized I talk with my hands a lot, and I never noticed that until I started recording myself. So anyway, have a great day. I am cheering you on.